Hey everybody, and welcome back to the board meeting. Today we're doing a little bit of a board game rambling video where I take a topic I want to talk about and I just go ramble on about it. And today's topic is going to be kind of an intro perspective thing for myself. This is when a gamer dates a non-gamer. And this is particularly interesting for me because of my current situation. Because when I started dating my current girlfriend, Amy, she did not play board games at all. Her understanding of board games was Monopoly. And I remember when we first started hanging out and stuff, and we were talking about hobbies and stuff that we like doing, and board gaming came up for me, of course. And she's in her mind, she was like thinking like, oh yeah, like you like Monopoly and stuff like that. And we started talking about it, and I was like, yeah, I've got a lot of games, and she's like, well, how many games do you have? Like 20? And I'm like, a little bit higher than that. She was like, 50? And I was like, a little bit higher than that even. And then I eventually, at the time, I think I had like 650 games or something like that. And I remember her eyes just bulging out like, okay, who is this guy? This nerd alert person. Like, and, it was an interesting conversation because it blew her mind. Her meaning of a lot was a lot different than my meaning of a lot. And, we started talking about it and, telling her like about strategy games and stuff like that. And she started getting a little bit interested in board gaming and into the things that I was interested in. She's just asking questions. And I remember eventually I like sent her a link to actually one of my videos because she was asking about a particular game. And I'm like, here, watch this. And she's like, oh, you're on like someone's YouTube channel. And I mean like, nope, that's actually my YouTube channel. And she's like, that was another like big reveal, like, oh, you like board gaming so much that you actually have your own YouTube channel that you talk about board games with for. So that was another like interesting conversation of her just slowly starting to understand how big board games were to my life, kind of, how much I actually do play board games and enjoy them. And it was not long after we started dating that she started coming to game nights and playing a couple of games here and there. We'd play a couple games at her house, my house, and they'd be, sort of lighter games, slowly introduce her to, lighter games. And she was enjoying them quite a bit. And she did like the lighter games where she didn't really want to play the medium weight, the heavyweight games because she wasn't comfortable doing that. As a lot of people getting into the hobby of board gaming or going to game nights, they feel intimidated. They don't want to feel dumb when they're around, people because they're like, well, I don't want to feel like an idiot playing these games that you feel like you're not quite ready for. And with gaming or anything else in life, things are just going to become easier and easier the more you do it. The more games you learn, the easier it is to learn games. The easier it is to play games and play them better and play them more strategically. And I've noticed that with her as we've progressed, as this is like a year and a half in the process, she's getting to the point where she comes to game night and she beats us a lot of times. People who've played thousands of games, she comes and she wipes the floor with us a lot of times. So it didn't really happen so much in the beginning because I'd teach her this game and she'd play it and stuff, and then at the end she's like, well, I don't really get it. And she didn't really understand the strategic part of it, what she was supposed to be doing. Now we go in there, I teach her the game, and pretty fast she catches on pretty quickly, and she sometimes beats us in her first game playing that game. So her mind has adapted to that strategic level of board gaming. Just because if you're a smart person, which she really is a very smart person, um, playing strategy games it's like using a different part of your brain a lot of times almost. So just because you're a smart person doesn't mean you're going to be necessarily great at some strategy board games. And just because you're good at strategy board games doesn't make you a really smart person necessarily. People use their brains differently. And but it's really fun having watched her like develop this, and where she's a really good gamer. I would say when we play Disney Lorcana, she beats me most of the time. And I'll have to say that she doesn't mind losing when it comes to games with other people, but you know what she really likes doing? She loves beating me personally. If she can beat me in the game, but she takes second or third and I take like fourth, that's a victory for her. She loves that. She loves beating me, and that's kind of made like a fun dynamic for when we're playing games, because she's personally trying to beat me, which, you know, like I said, it's a fun thing, and it's interesting having watched her develop into what I would call her gamer now. And now, like when we're sitting around, you know, at the house doing something, she'll be the one who initiates, "Hey, do you want to play a board game?" And it's me. Of course I want to play a board game. Yeah, I'd love to play a board game. And she's played a lot of games with me now over the last year and a half. She's played campaign games with me. She's currently playing with us for the Pandemic Legacy Season 0 game, which is for her first endeavor into a legacy game, which will be fun watching her discover new parts of the game as we go through it. I'm really excited for that part of it. But we've played some campaign games. I've played a lot of games with her. She's kind of my go-to gamer now. We're like, okay, I got to play this game. I got to review this game. Me and her will sit down and play it a lot of times, rather than I bring it to my game group now. So yeah, it's that's just a perspective of what it's been like as a gamer dating a non-gamer, but now she's slowly come into being a gamer, I would say. And I just wanted to see what your guys' perspective have been when you've dated a gamer, or maybe you were the non-gamer now and you were dating a gamer and they brought you in, or maybe you're a gamer and you're dating a non-gamer and they've continued to not play games, which is perfectly fine. Every situation is different. Just let me know down in the comments below what your story has been when you've dated non-gamers or gamers or whatever. Either way, if you did enjoy this video though, make sure to like and subscribe to see more weekly content from me, Shane, at the board meeting in the future. Hope you all have an amazing day. Take care.